Welcome everyone. I'm sitting here, I'm a little bit early. I'm at Signature West Aviation, just around the corner. This is in Los Angeles, by the way. Just around the corner we have Jetsuite X, and then literally across the landing strip we have ClayLacy. So they're all here within half a mile, a quarter of a mile, and this is one of my big money makers. And how are you, James? And if you are in any big city, if you live out in Scottsdale, Phoenix, they have one of the busiest private airports for Learjets. Florida, how are you? James, how are you? Scott, how are you? And what I do is I go to all of these aviation places and I introduce myself. I give them my business card, put my services down, I register with them, and I tell you, between these 3 or 4 private airports, whether at Van Nuys or Burbank, they've kept me extremely busy. And it's part of your marketing program when you join up at rideshareprofessor.com. I teach you all the ins and outs to play with the big boys. And when I say play with the big boys, they're not afraid to pay you your worth. They keep strict measures on the masks, safety and health, because they know their role in life. These are usually CEOs, NBA players, rock bands, hip hop artists, right? And they don't mess around. And I honestly wouldn't put up with the crap that you have to put up with under this new mask law, when so many riders just refuse to wear masks, right? So I honestly prefer the private clientele. They pay way better. They appreciate your services. They tip extremely well. And the cool thing is, there's a lot of like out of the box requests by these people, and I go over that in a lot of detail at Rideshare Driving School. Now, these guys are getting ready. This is a small, you can see up there, that would be the tail number. So when you're checking in, you always give them the tail number. I'm not waiting on this plane. This is another, in fact, you could look this up, who owns this N904LB. There's several big planes over there. Also quite a strong police presence here. And when you come in and introduce yourself at ClayLacy, if you introduce yourself at Jetsuite X and you leave your business cards, with Signature Aviation, that's them right there. That's what the logo looks like. Signature Aviation, right? These are all private companies where people in Hollywood or other cities have their planes parked and they fly in and out. They're rather busy during the pandemic times because you can't get regular flights. A lot of people are booking flights, and I can always rely on a handful of 5 private airports in LA to make me good money. And I'm always nice to the people. I always check in with them. You put yourself on the list so they get to know you. You check in at the gate. You tell them which tail number you're picking up for, right? You see there's some planes at the back there. Police are on the far left. This guy's not wearing a mask. I've seen a lot of people walking around here not wearing a mask. I don't think that'll sit very well with private clients. But the bottom line is, when you join up at Rideshare Driving School, one of the top things we go over, obviously getting your paperwork in order, your commercial insurance, commercial registration with a DMV, you get your TCP number or your TCN, your TNC number. That guy's pulling a plane there probably into the parking lot, right? Getting that ready. It's a tiny little plane. And I just got another private client that just texted me right now. So my private trips are picking up. I highly suggest you learn all the ins and outs of the private game. Scott Tucker says Signature is popular here in Vegas. Yes, they have a Vegas. So does Jetsuite X. Most of these companies have a sister company in Vegas. And what you want to do there, Scott, is you want to go in there, introduce yourself, put your business cards, register with them, and you can get a lot of business, right? Because once you start picking up people here and they start knowing you, people refer you. If you're nice to people, if you treat people nicely, you know, I would always say, hey, do you mind if I grab a coffee? Absolutely, take a coffee. Do you mind if I read the magazine? I always ask. I'm always nice to them. And they know that over the years. And, you know, hey, leave us some more business cards, or, hey, we have another client for you, right? They know that I treat them well, and it's just the same way I want to be treated, right? And this guy also, James, thank you, buddy. Did you get your money? Did you finally get your money? This guy's also not wearing a mask, which is strange. He's just going over the plane. This one's just getting ready. That tail number there is N54DD. Double D. So yeah, when you join up at Rideshare Driving School, one of the main things I do there is I show you how to recruit riders, passengers, private passengers. The first step, obviously, your paperwork, getting everything ready. That takes 2 to 3 months. On average, $500 to $1,200. California is by far the most expensive process for that, right? But once you have that private, license, you're printing money. You know, many days I'll make $800 to $1,500 a day just with a handful of clients, right? So that's what you're looking for, instead of breaking your back and then not knowing who's got into your car and fighting with people that are not wearing masks. I mean, you know, if you cannot afford like a luxury car or an SUV, that's fine. You know, you can get an XL vehicle, a minivan. There's a cop car over there. Maybe like black in color, black mags, and make it look like a nice limousine for the same money as you can get like that car over there, right? A sedan. So there is no excuse to get into XL. You need the XL you need a bigger car for the luggage, and there's usually multiple people. You can't really pick up people in Priuses around here. I'm going to keep the camera a little bit down because there was a cop car there earlier on. Yeah, he's just doing his rounds. There he is at the back. And so I was going to wait for him to circle around. They don't like it if you film here. You know what I mean? So you hit that like button. And once you have a couple of clients, let me tell you, everything from there on is word of mouth, right? If you offer people a nice, safe trip, if you put safety first, if you give people platinum customer service, I always, now these days, I spray the car so they can actually smell that disinfectant in the air, right? And they like that, you know. And then I have these in the back as well. I have all the gels. I mean, I have everything for these people. So they know that once they just look into my car and they can see all of these different things like the disinfectant spray, etc., the wipes. They know that I'm all about safety, right? I wear my mask. They're always wearing the mask. You never have to get into any quarrels with these people about, hey, wear your mask. They know how essential it is to wear the mask. Unfortunately, hey guys, just delivering some ice here. Unfortunately, some people, especially like UberX riders, that's a headache, man. You don't want to. Good afternoon, James Waikasis. How are you? I'm at Signature West Aviation, one of my hot spots. I pick up a lot of people here, and then right across there is that's ClayLacy, literally across the landing strip. That's another private one, and then Jetsuite X is just down the road there. So you get a lot of private people flying in here. You sit tight on the side, you be nice to the people, and you recruit. It's all about customer relationship building. right? It's all about how you interact with people and treat people in this game. And if you go that extra mile for them, you know, if it means I have to travel twice because they have so much luggage, like these people that are coming in now, they've been gone for 6 weeks. They were at their ranch in Montana, right? And they have a lot of luggage. So very simple. I drive them home. I go back and collect all their luggage, right? So I'll drive twice, not a problem. But they know they're getting a safe trip. Why? Because I have everything disinfected. I've got the wipes. And just before, good tip with private clients, a very good tip that I can give you, spray the carpets and definitely put that disinfectant spray smell into the air, right? So oh wow, this car's, you can smell that disinfectant. They like that. It's just like with the planes, just so these things are wiped down, have to be, right? But too many people right now are texting and emailing me and telling me about these crazy complaints of riders just not wearing the masks. That's wrong, and you should not have to get into battles. What I would do is I would text the person up front, just want to let you know, if you're not wearing a mask, I'm not taking you. The guys, a guy texts back, well, I don't have to wear my mask. Nobody's going to tell me. And that's it. You delete. Done. Why drive 10, 15 minutes, waste all that money? I'd rather sit here. I'm getting paid for the time I'm sitting here because their flight is delayed. I get paid for this time, right? I don't sit around at a private airport for free. My time is money. And that's what I teach you at Rideshare Driving School, that time is money. And time is money. Putting it down a little bit here. And it's hot, guys. It is super, super hot. How's everyone doing? So after the ridesharedrivingschool.com course, then we spend another 30 to 45 minutes on the phone together. We go over everything. We go over the do's and don'ts, how to recruit your drivers. I only recruit 4.9 plus rating drivers. I only recruit drivers that have 500 to 1,000 trips. I make them sign contracts that they know that their driving is being monitored. I don't allow them to go over 80 miles an hour. I don't allow crazy braking, and I'm not micromanaging them. I want the maximum life out of my car, and I want my car to do 50 to 80,000 miles more than the average limo out there, right? So it's how you treat your business, how you treat your people, how you train them up. And I train up the drivers to become the best marketers, right? They have to have their business cards done. They have to pick up weekly magazines, right? You will see in my vehicle here, I'll have all the magazines, and I'll also have the business cards attached. And by the way, there is no better job than to be in this business and also do real estate, have your real estate license. Because in this business here, if you're rolling with these type of clientele, the houses are $5 million upwards, right? There've been people that I've dealt with, $25 million houses. You want to be in those transactions. That's a lot of money. So you start small, but you think big. And once you learn how to think big and roll with these people, there's so many additional privileges that come out of this game, right? These people have vacation homes all over. Like I can go and stay in Mexico. I can stay in Florida. I can stay in Vegas because the people trust me and I have a friendship with them, right? I've been given keys to houses in Hawaii, right? Oh, come to Hawaii with us, So either you go on the plane with them, right? Or you can go and stay in one of their places. They're very, very generous people because they value you. And people that value you, that's what you want. You want to be valued in this game. You want to be tipped well. You want to be appreciated, right? And that when you have a good client who has the money and who appreciates and sees the value in you, there's no limit. You can even do businesses with them. My clients say, come to me if you need anything, if you need cash, if you need money for a down payment on a house, if you want to do an Airbnb together. That's the caliber of people that I roll around with, right? So I show you all of that. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. This is, this is something you can easily work towards, right? Here, thumbs up. Easily. This is not far off. This literally 365 days of pretty effective marketing, recruiting, passenger recruiting, and you're constantly picking up at these type of airports, right? And going on vacation with these people. Just if they extend those privileges to you, it's because they have it. There's a lot of people that have money that are stingy, and there's a lot of people that have money that are not stingy. 90% of my clients are not stingy people. They're definitely not stingy people. Hey, do you want to go fishing with me in Mexico? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? The client that I'm picking up right now, I'm not allowed to mention the name, but when I took the family to the airport, right, to the same airport they flew out to their ranch 6 weeks ago, they had at least about $2,000 worth of food in the refrigerator, right, in the deep freezer refrigerator. Here's the keys to the house. Take what you want, right? Take what you want, because, if we come back, we can't eat this food and it's just going to go wrong. Take what you need. Filled my car with food, right? With a lot of groceries. And I didn't feel bad because it would have gone to waste. And they have the money, so never feel bad about that, my friends, when you get those type of gifts in life, right? Concert tickets, Lakers tickets, Clippers tickets, third row or fourth row. You know how cool it is if you can give your children Lakers tickets to the third, fourth row because your client has 15 years membership. That's what you want to start building, those type of clients, right? There's a refueler over there. It's pretty cool just to sit out at, and this, by the way, is one of the top ones. It's in Vegas and LA. Signature Flight Support, Signature West. They're just off Havenhurst. ClayLacy is another one. And I've dropped off my business cards. I sometimes pick up free magazines here between Jetsuite X, ClayLacy, or Signature West. And if you in a big city, you find out where your private airports are. Scottsdale has a massive private airport, very busy airport, and you want to go and network, you want to go and meet the people, you want to greet the people, you want to leave your business cards, you want to put yourself on the driver lists, so I can just check in at the gate right over there. I can just check in at the gate and boom, I'm in. I got a client enrichment tickets to go see Wizards. I feel you only let me just read that. I feel like you only have one car. I've been to DC and back. I feel you. I only have one car, but I've been to DC and back, man. Tips are like, wow, exactly. The tips, my friends, are through the roof. I'm just checking. No, that's not my one. I know my tail number, so. The tips are through the roof. There've been days I got $300, $400, $500 tips. No jokes, right? Been days I make $1,500. Maybe days where you make $300. But why, if you know the game, why go out there day in, day out, and break your back and have to put up with stupid passengers, for example, that in these times will not wear masks, and you're breaking your back for $150, $200 a day when you could, just for the same money that you brought that sedan, you could get yourself a nice black on black Toyota Sienna XL at a dealership auction, nice black mags, black tinted windows, you make it all black interior, black exterior, black mags, black wheels, black tinted windows, and you have yourself a used $14,000 car that looks like a $50,000 car, right? And sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, right? So if the next step up is a Suburban or an Escalade, okay, that's the next step up. But you don't have to go straight to the top. You don't have to go blow all your money. You could start off in UberX. The main thing is that you, at some point, and I explain this in a lot of detail at Rideshare Driving School, is that you transition and get your private library, your private limo license, so that 100% of those monies, 100% of those tips go into your own account. And then those people are the people that help you recruit more clients, because of word of mouth in this game is crazy. There's a tiny little plane that just landed. I enjoy flying in those little planes, man. They cool, Ari. And then after you've done, we got to have a 45-minute conversation, because that to me is the most important part, is to really, what you should do and what you shouldn't do, the do's and don'ts. And rather let a person that's paid, that has spent the educational dollars, right? If you've spent the educational dollars, it's always good to tell a person, don't do this, but do this. If you spend money on this, you get returns. If you spend money on that, you don't get returns. This works, this doesn't work. This marketing gets you people, this marketing is a waste of money, right? So the main thing in our conversation after the course is just 30 minutes of really taking notes. And I can show you how to save money in this game, and I can show you how to make money in this game. It's not difficult. It really isn't difficult. It just sometimes takes a little bit of courage and a little bit of a risk. My friend Thomas Gibson, that was driving an Excel, he always said, Torsten, I'm going to buy myself a Cadillac in 2 years' time. That's my vision. I'm going to build up to it. And he did it, right? And he did it. And I know a lot of other people in Boston, Mark in Boston, and a lot of other people around the country that have never, ever looked back. Never looked back. I haven't had anyone that has come to me after a year or two and says, you know what, I've completely failed. It was a complete waste of money. Quite the opposite. Some people have their 5th or 6th car roll on the highway, or rolling on the highway already. They're leasing out 6 cars, 10 cars, right? Guy in Arizona who has 30 cars. A guy in Texas who has 15 cars that I helped him when he did his first purchase, right? Or you become your own driver. You don't have to lease out vehicles. You just become your own private driver, and you just start building relationships. This guy is fueling up this little plane here. You can look at the tail number N54DD. You could see who owns that. Who owns N54DD. You can put it on Google, or ND04LB. All of that stuff is on Google. It tells you exactly who owns it or which aviation company owns it. And please, by every means, just if you have questions about this business, don't hesitate. Reach out to me, email or text. Please hit the subscribe button, right? And make sure if you're entering this game and are spending the money on getting your private license, that you clearly understand where are the private clients. Well, a lot of them fly out and fly in at these type of airports, right? They're not going to they own their own planes, or they lease a plane because they have the money to do so, right? So the one thing is, we also go over, how do you find these individuals? For example, I know where a lot of the high society events take place in LA. Each year. You can, even if you're driving at the Oscars and the Grammys, great. Even with Uber, you can recruit those people away and say, oh, by the way, here's my business card. There's the next guy rolling in, you see? He's picking up someone. So you really want to learn, whether you're in Washington, D.C., a lot of business people going in and out, whether you're in Scottsdale, whether you're in Miami, Whether you're up in Colorado, a lot of people go up to the ski resorts. Whether you're in New York, wherever you are, in a big city, even in a smaller city, as long as they have a private airport, go and introduce yourself, make the relationship, right? High society events, big events in LA, like I said, Oscars, Grammys. I've recruited so many people, started driving with Uber SUV there, and ended up getting a lot of actors and actresses from Uber. They're now with me, right? They were at one point driving with Uber, and then I introduced them to a great experience. You know, my car smells like eucalyptus. I call it the spa on wheels. I have all the drinks, all the waters, everything on board, right? The mints, 3 or 4 different types of mints, right? Got to have all the little bells and whistles. This stuff doesn't cost much, but it goes a long way. Goes a long, long way with a private client. Go Donnie, how are you, buddy? Has everybody got their PUA? I'm going to close that a little bit because a lot of the fumes of that gas tank are coming into my car. But yeah, check it out. Do a little bit of homework. Find out what aviation companies are in your city. If you're getting into the private game, sign up at ridesharedrivingschool.com. And then afterwards, we have a 30-45 minute conversation about all the do's and don'ts. It's starting to get very hot here. It's 82. How hot is it on your end? How hot is it over there? Hit the like button, everyone, please. Would greatly appreciate it. I got my mask ready when they arrive. It's freaking hot. I'm not going to wear a long sleeve shirt. It's very, very hot. How is everyone today? Everyone staying safe? Everyone doing well? I heard yesterday the lotto hat. Altio, how are you? Do you need a special license to be a chauffeur in California? Yes, you need your TCP, Alan. And that's what I teach you at Rideshare Driving School, how to get your TCP, so that you can pick up people from these type of places. Oh, you're getting the extra $600? Yeah, James. Rocking out, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, screw this. I'm not gonna drive Uber and Lyft. Doing well in San Diego, Chris Hollingworth, fantastic, good. You know, but guys, you don't have to get into a pissing match with people that are not wearing their mask, right? Just leave them behind. You know, like just forewarning the people, hey, I'm on my way. I can't pick you up if you're not wearing a mask. Please let me know. And then they text back, yes, I'm wearing a mask, or like, hey, I'm not gonna wear a mask. It's my choice. Okay, cool. Delete. Bye-bye. Next. Right? Screw that. We're gonna waste 10, 15 minutes picking up someone that's gonna give you a headache? Absolutely not. Sydney, Ohio. James Burr's in the house. How are you, buddy? I'm sitting tight. My clients land in 15 minutes. The airplane is, the PUA helps a lot. It really does. You know, many cases it's the 600 maybe plus another $150 to $200 a week, right? You're looking at $800 a week. That makes a big difference, right? That could be $3,200 a month. Do that for 3 months, you know, that's another $9,000. Most of the stuff she's talking about works except Nevada. Nevada requires a CPC, and it's the law unless you're from out. Yeah, I mean, but look, Scott, you know that The limo game, you know, if I had a limo company in Nevada, I'd be killing it. It's the easiest place to recruit people because, you know, I would market to all of the LA people, the Orange County people, San Francisco. A lot of these people fly into Vegas regularly. I have clients that I take up to Vegas once in a while, or take their dogs. You know, guy pays me $1,500 to drive up his dogs from LA to Vegas. I mean, all day long, my friend. Stay over a day. Why not? Right? You got to never miss an opportunity in this game. Every individual is a possibility, a big possibility to network and expand. You never know who you have in front of yourself, right? Business cards, business cards, business cards. Like, right, even these guys that got into this, I would give them business cards. Hey, like the captain and the guy that's cleaning, I would have given them business cards, but they're not wearing masks. Let me just see if that's my tail number over there. I can just zoom in. No, that's not my tail number. But man, if you have your private license in Nevada, you should be killing it, killing it, killing it. It's being guided in. So there we go, one private client. See that? Now we're talking. Ray, the mailman, says, well, one private client pays me $320